Hey guys, pinoytoygeek back again with another video, and today we are unboxing and reviewing the supervillains from DC Collectibles Crime Syndicate Power Ring, Superwoman, and Ultraman action figures. Now, these three figures were released Wednesday, April 9, so check your local comic book shop for availability. As we all know, the Crime Syndicate is a team of evil counterparts of the Justice League living on an alternate Earth. In the recent New 52 reboot, DC Comics introduces a new crime syndicate on Earth 3 in the Trinity War storyline, and continuing on the current Forever Evil story in which these figures were based. Now, first of all, let me start once again by saying how amazed I am at the quality of the work they put on each figure. DC Collectibles is really stepping up its game. Packaging is just standard for all the DC collectible line. Now let's take a closer look on each character. First in line is Power Ring, the evil counterpart of the Green Lantern Hal Jordan. Unlike Hal, Power Ring is fearful, doubtful, and self-destructive. A coward at its core, Power Ring is able to negate any Green Lantern rings with his lantern. This figure stands almost 7 inches tall, and it is sculpted by the Gentle Giant Studios. The detail on this figure is pretty awesome. It has great head sculpt with a fearful facial expression. His extremely powerful ring is causing detrimental effects on his body, and this effect is displayed through the grotesque greenish veins visible on Power Ring's right hand and arm, extending to his neck and the right side of his face. This is probably the constant torture by the ring of Voltum that he wields. This figure has a very dark green paint application with a chest emblem sculpted on his costume, with metallic white gloves and metallic white boots. Power Ring comes with a battery lantern that looks like it has been consumed by an alien life form. I really don't know the story behind this lantern, so if you know anything about this lantern, let me know by writing on the comments down below. Like the other previously released figures, DC Collectibles is giving us again 25 points of articulation. Power Ring has a ball-jointed neck that moves up and down, left and right, a ball-jointed shoulder with full rotation, outward and inward, a swivel biceps, single-jointed elbows, wrist rotation that also moves up and down, an ab crunch with a wide range of bending forward and backward, a torso rotation, a ball-jointed hips that can do splits, forward and backward, a full thigh rotation, double-jointed knees, and finally an ankle articulation that also pivots from side to side. Now that's what I call full posability. And here is a side-by-side comparison with the New 52 Green Lantern Hal Jordan. Another side-by-side comparison with the DC Direct Power Ring in classic costume, and the DC Universe Classics Power Ring by Mattel. Now let's move on to Superwoman, the evil doppelganger of Wonder Woman. She is seductive, manipulative, and controlling. She gets a thrill out of breaking men's spirits and having them submit to her. Superwoman stands almost 7 inches tall and also sculpted by the Gentle Giant Studios. This new look of Superwoman is simply fantastic. I think they did a pretty good job with her head sculpt, and I like the way her hair curls up from the bottom. Also, the hair is made of soft pliable plastic and pretty much doesn't hinder the head articulation. I also like the color scheme using the black and dark gray that highlights the design of her costume, and takes a more modern look with a removable yellow-black cape that gives a lot of depth and contrast. You can also see the S symbol in the middle connecting her cape together. What's missing in this design is the magic lasso and the antimatter bracelets, which I think were not included in her New 52 costume. She could have been more awesome if she had these accessories with her. So, what do you think, guys? Am I right? Anyways, Superwoman has 24 points of articulation, a ball-jointed neck, a ball-jointed shoulder that rotates and swings outward and inward, a swivel biceps, single jointed elbows, wrist rotation that also moves up and down, a chest crunch right below her breast, she has a ball jointed hips that can do splits forward and backward, a thigh rotation, double jointed knees, and finally an ankle articulation that also pivots from side to side. Now, because of her high-heeled boots, it's a little bit tricky to keep her balance and standing. But anyway, here is a side-by-side comparison with the new 52 Wonder Woman. Another side-by-side comparison with the DC Direct Superwoman in classic costume, and the DC Universe Classics Superwoman by Mattel. Lastly, we have Ultraman, the power-hungry, selfish, isolated, evil counterpart of Superman. Unlike Superman, he gains power from kryptonite and weakened by the yellow sun. Ultraman stands almost 7 inches tall, and it is also sculpted by the Gentle Giant Studios. The design of his new 52 costume looks very similar to Superman's costume, with the sculpted Ultraman logo on his chest, and he also has a red belt and a yellow buckle with the letter U in front. Also, the arm sleeves are tapered at the end, and it is similar to that of Superman's. And finally, the addition of his red pointed boots. His red cape features a hole in the middle and is tapered round with black splatters and dry brush paint application towards the end. This figure has a great head sculpt with a curled hair on the left side instead of the right side for Superman. It features a very angry facial expression with distinct red eyes, bony cheeks, and a chiseled jawline. The skin tone is really fantastic. I really love the skin tone. My only complaint about my figure is that it has some blue paint smudges on his chest logo, because I think it was the last stock from my local comic book shop, so I have no other choice but to pick this one. Other than that, it's pretty much an awesome figure. Now, same with Power Ring, Ultraman has 25 points of articulation, with a ball-jointed neck that moves up and down, left and right, a ball-jointed shoulders with full rotation, outward and inward, swivel biceps, single jointed elbows, wrist rotation that also moves up and down, an ab crunch with a wide range of bending forward and backward, a torso rotation, ball jointed hips that can do splits forward and backward, a full thigh rotation, double jointed knees, and finally an ankle articulation that also pivots from side to side. And here is a side-by-side comparison with the new 52 Superman, and another side-by-side comparison with the DC Direct Ultraman in classic costume, and the DC Universe Classics Ultraman by Mattel. Overall, these are really fantastic figures. They have great design, amazing sculpt, and awesome details. Clean paint application. It doesn't show any obvious messy areas or lousy oversprays except for my Ultraman. It's not really that big a deal. They are highly articulated and fully poseable action figures. Now, you can get these figures at your local comic book shops, so check them out. And if you are a big fan of the DC Comics Forever Evil storyline or just a fan of the supervillains, I would highly recommend these figures. And with that, I call it a wrap. Hope you enjoy my review. Please leave a comment, give me a thumbs up, and subscribe. You can also follow me on Facebook and on Flickr. The link is in the description box below. Thank you for watching, guys, and happy toy collecting! Peace, everyone!